Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Nady, and today I'm going to be mixing my least favorite makeup with my favorite makeup to see what they create. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products, not the people behind them. Any tip you may have, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. Oh, my little pickle spears, how you doing today? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're having a marvelous day so far. I myself am doing wonderful. It is gloomy outside, kind of dark, so it is perfect to be under all these lights and spend my day with you. I've actually kind of done a video similar to this. I mixed one of my least favorite foundations with another of my least favorite foundations, and it actually turned into something magical. It was the new Lisa Eldridge foundation, which is pretty, just very, very minimal coverage. The first time I tried this, like last month, I mixed the NARS Soft Matte Foundation, which I don't always love because it's really easy to go in too heavy. I didn't realize that literally a drop of this could cover your whole body, and so I mixed it with the Lisa Eldridge foundation, which in my opinion was too little coverage, but together they made the most perfect foundation I have ever seen in my entire life. However, if you mix both those products together, it's a $100 combination. This daddy does not have time for that. I am a cheap ass through and through. And a lot of times if I don't like a foundation, I will get rid of it, but some people I just can't pawn my shit off to, so I have a whole storage bin, and I was gonna give it away to my friends and family, but then I thought, I'm gonna be selfish and film more with it. No, they will eventually get it, but I thought, why not mix a few of the things that I do really like and combine them with things that I don't really like, and maybe I could extend their life and actually use them. I can really only do that with cream products, so this isn't gonna be like super in-depth. I think I'm gonna do like foundation, concealer. My ass usually does like creamy things on my face, but when it comes to cream blush, I don't fuck with that. So of course today we're gonna try it, but I thought I would use a cream blush that I don't love. It's not that this is bad, I just can't get it to work with my foundation. It always eats it away. It's like me in front of a plate of hot wings. I will eat that shit all day, but this totally disintegrates my foundation. Some people can get it to work, I just can't, but I thought I would top it off with one of my favorite blushes. And maybe together they'll work harmoniously, we'll see. I did just wash my face. I already moisturized with the Laura Mercier, the Perfect Multitasking Cream and the Illuminating Cream. So we are all good with that. I wiped my face down, and let's go in with our primer. All right, a lot of people are gonna give me shit for this because this is kind of a cult classic primer, but it never really did much for me. This is the e.l.f. Mint Melting Cooling Primer. People love it, so maybe I'm just using it incorrectly. If I did have to pick an e.l.f. primer, I would pick the e.l.f. Poreless Pussy Primer. People hate when I call it that, but it makes me giggle every time. This stuff is like $5. You can slap it on your face and spread it around like yogurt. It is wonderful. But my all-time favorite priming combination is the Nimia Face products in conjunction with the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. It's kind of blurring, and honestly, any primer that I use with the Nimia stuff looks amazing, so that's why I didn't go in with that today. I feel like it would be a little bit unfair. So I'm gonna mix these two primers together and see what it does. This one is kind of like a powdery finish. Even though it says it's silicone free, it kind of feels silicone-y and soft on the face. And this one, I don't know what the fuck is in this one, but it smells good. It's kind of like a peppermint patty or toothpaste after you've eaten a Hershey's bar. I like it. It just doesn't do what I want it to do for me. So there is a good bit of that, and then we'll take a little squirty squirt of Miss Laura here in. All right, so here we go. Ooh, wow, that smell is really, really good together. Oh wow, but that is like instantly super sticky, like glue stick sticky. I didn't even get to like rub it around my face. Do you see this? I don't think that's how a primer is supposed to be, is it? Oh my god. That is supposed to make your makeup stick to your face, but that's like ridiculous. I bet you if my cat walked up to me right now, she would stick to the side of my face. Well, maybe this will be really good together. I don't know. I mean, my face does feel soft, but still sticky. It's like crushed velvet where you rub your hand one way and it's super soft, and then you rub your hand the other way and it's like completely different. It looks pretty damn good. My skin looks very nice and smooth. Nothing is pilling, so I know that they're not really combating each other. I actually don't think I mind that. I can definitely tell that there's something on my face. Like when I go like this, it's a little bit crunchy, but it's not unbearably uncomfortable, you know? So let's go in with our foundations. I know, shocker, I'm actually not gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me. That is my all-time favorite foundation, but I was going through my little foundation bin of products that I actually do like and I need to use more, and I remembered the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot. Oh my gosh, this is good. I don't even think this is made anymore, anymore. Like, didn't Marc Jacobs Beauty go out of business? I think, I don't know, but this is honestly one of the best face products that I think I've ever used in my entire life. It's kind of on par with the Maybelline, but it just has a little bit of extra oomph that it should have because this shit was expensive. And so this probably would look really good with the Maybelline, but I honestly use that all the damn time on this channel. So let's switch it up. And for the foundation that I don't really care for, I'm gonna go in with this Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. But I've probably used this baby maybe 10 times, and every time I use it, I'm just so disappointed and regretful that I pulled it out. The one time you do regret pulling out. I feel that with this baby. This is by Drew Barrymore's brand. I love Drew Barrymore, but this is about the products, not the people behind them. And if this does work for you, that's fan-freaking-tastic. I'm super happy for you, but makeup doesn't work for everyone. It's not completely universal. So maybe together, these will create something completely transformative that I absolutely love. I can guarantee you this isn't gonna be in my correct face shade, but I don't really care. It's more about the formulas. The extra shot is in the shade 160, and this is in the shade, I don't know. Am I missing it? Like, nowhere on here is the shade name. Well, it's this color, which is not my shade. And then I am gonna blend this out with my favorite foundation brush right now. This is the Lunar Boutete number 2 brush. And I'm gonna take a few little bloopies of each. This is way too freaking much, I know. I have been doing really well and going in much more sparingly. I will do that, but I just wanna have enough just in case I wanna build up. So that is an actual factual ass ton of that foundation. So let's go in with an actual factual ass ton of this. Ooh, actually, this is quite a bit darker, so that's good. I'm gonna take the butt end of a dirty brush and try to mix these together. The color might not be too off. I'm certainly not gonna pull up the match-o-meter for this one, but oh, shit. We're gonna have a mustardy kind of day. That's okay. So I put a little bit on there. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, maybe we can spread it to this side. And here we go. See, I'm kind of concerned with using this brush because this brush is quite magical, but also a brush is really only the half of it. Like, it can only make a product look so good. If you're applying mud to your face with a good brush, it's still gonna look like mud. Oh my. Okay, so I'm instantly saying a few things. I did initially go in with quite a bit, but I've not dipped in again. I think for the most part, I'm gonna be able to spread this all over my face, but the tackiness of the primers that I put together is definitely there still. It's almost like hindering the product from being able to slide around smoothly. However, where I am able to kind of slide it around, this really doesn't look that bad. Like, the color obviously is a little bit too yellow, but has it been worse on this channel? Fuck to the yes. And you know what? That actually isn't even that bad. Like, what the fuck? That kind of looks really pretty on my skin. It is adding quite a bit of texture around this area. Like, it looks dry. And if I remember correctly, that's kind of how this made my skin look. I don't know if it's the illuminating qualities just highlighting all of my texture, but like in this area where I've really been working hard to combat my dryness, it is just sticking there. But other than my teeny tiny little dry patches, this actually looks really good. Like, I would totally be comfortable wearing this out in public. It's mainly just the texture that it's giving me. Like, the coverage is great. It isn't playing the nicest in my little beard, but I'm not gonna take away points for that. Oh, but see, now that it's drying down in my drier areas, this doesn't look good. And on my nose, it's pulling apart quite dramatically. Let me just stipple this in a little bit more. See? I don't know. The more it dries down, the more textured it is, but I feel like on camera it doesn't look that bad. What do you think? Like, there's just certain areas where it's starting to look a little bit dreadful, and as the water or whatever liquid is in this is starting to dry down, the texture is becoming very, very real. And there is still a ton of this left on my hand. I didn't go in that heavily. I think this just has a lot more coverage than what I'm used to. So maybe I could have gone in with less, but also those primers really made this difficult to spread out. But as far as having full coverage, this doesn't look that bad. Like, a lot of times for me, when I do full coverage, it gets really, really cakey, and this looks textured, but not cakey. I don't know, what do you think? Make sure you're turned up all the way to HD so you can see fucking everything. So, is this combination better than this was for my skin alone? I actually do think so, yes. However, I would much rather use this by itself alone because it's so stinking pretty. So for me, that combination isn't a bust, but it's not magical. It is pretty decent though. I think from a little ways away, my skin actually looks pretty damn good. So let's move on to concealer. Not as though we need it, my god, that has some coverage. I would say that my least favorite concealer that I own is the Tarte Shape Tape. Now this is another one that you do have to use very, very sparingly. It is a cult classic. So many people love it. I myself myself really liked it until I experienced better things and I realized, wow, this looks hella cakey under my eyes, like there are way better options. So in Waltz my all-time favorite, what I always confuse with Estee Lauder, this is the Lancome All Over Concealer. It is minimal coverage, but super buildable and very good for natural looks. Whereas this guy, it is super full coverage and you really can't use a lot of product. Otherwise, on me, it looks so damn textured. So let's mix them and maybe they'll make a beautiful little baby. These formulas are just so different. This one is very, very watery compared to the Tarte Shape Tape. And the Shape Tape, if it were any thicker, it would have to be in a little pot and you'd have to scoop it out. In my opinion, it is probably more of what like a concealer should be, where it's actually concealing versus just highlighting. Okay, I mixed those two and it all got like sucked into my brush. So this is all I have. And so I'm just gonna spread whatever is in this thing all over my face and try to highlight with it. Shit, I might have to mix some more. Maybe I'll just have to blend it out with this brush and we'll call it good. Which, if I'm being honest, that actually looks really damn good together. The Shape Tape isn't giving me the normal cake face texture. It's adding great coverage, but then mixed with that Estee Lauder, no, it's not Estee Lauder, it's Lancome. Mixed with the Lancome, which is kind of more hydrating, it looks so good. Oh, wow. I do think that if the Shape Tape is a little bit too dry for you, the ultra creamy version is so fucking bangable. It is beautiful. And this combination kind of gives me the same vibes as the creamy one. So you might as well just buy the creamier one because it is way cheaper than this combination. But in my opinion, that is a total win. I'm just gonna take a dry ass sponge and buff this out a little, kind of press it into my skin. I don't think this concealer took away any of the texture that was there from the foundations, but because I added a lighter color, it just made it less obvious. Like it's still there, it's just not as noticeable, you know what I mean? And so with everything added to my face, I think this is actually beautiful. Like this looks expensive. I mean, it is. This is a lot of fucking product, but I would never know that there's products on my face that I thoroughly dislike. Like everything is playing together so well, which is why we do these videos. I love when that happens. I would love a little bit more highlight underneath my eyes, but that's not the point of this video. I'm just testing things out. I do know that my under eyes right here are gonna crease no matter what the fuck I use, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of powder just right there. I do have cream products that I'm still gonna go in with, so I'm not gonna powder everywhere, but I'm gonna look like 40 years older if I don't set this. And let's dip into our final product, our cream blush. Every single time I use these and it fucks my makeup up, somebody always gives a fantastic method of how they make it work, and I try it and it doesn't work for me. So I think cream blush is just one of those things that you have to deal with on your own and figure out. I'm still not there yet. It has to be a very specific formula to get it to work. I've tried using a damp beauty blender, a dry beauty blender, a poof, a brush, my fingers, and everything in between. I mean everything. And I just can't get anything to work. So I'm to the point where I don't fuck with this shit anymore. A powder looks great on me and I'm fine with that. But the last time that I got one of these to work, I used a big ass brush like this, kind of like a foundation brush, which is very broken, but I still love the actual brush. So I'm gonna go in with that and I'm gonna tap a good bit off on my hand. And let's take this right about there. So usually the issue that I have is that it just picks up any cream product that I've laid down underneath this. It does look pretty, but I can start to see my little freckles peek through, which if I just have concealer on and maybe like a light coverage foundation that really isn't doing that much to cover anything up, then I don't mind. But with a full coverage foundation like this, where I have no flaws and then you just see like all of my little freckles and shit, that just does not make sense to me. There is that. It is a really, really stinking pretty color. On the other side, I'm gonna tap it in with my fingers and try going in just a little bit more gentle. And that seems to have disrupted my foundation and everything a little bit less, but I'm seeing everything picked up on my finger. Damn, that's a beautiful color though, shit. So now we have that as a very beautiful base. I love the way that looks, at least on camera. In person, I don't, because I just see where my foundation ends right there. And that's not the sexiest thing in the world. So now that I have this down as kind of a damp base, I'm gonna go in with another broken brush. Why do I have so many of these? It's because the glue dissolves when I wash these. So annoying. But now I'm gonna dip into the Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette, and let's go into a combination of this and this. And I'm just hoping that the pigmentation from this is gonna cover up all my little flaws and make it a little bit less obvious that I'm missing foundation all right there. It did absolutely nothing for coverage. Like I can still see all my freckles, but those two colors go together really spectacularly, don't they? And maybe on camera, it does look okay. Like from a little bit of a distance, no, see, I just see all my freckles right there. Not that there's anything wrong with freckles. Freckles are absolutely adorable. We love them, but again, it doesn't make sense to have full coverage and then no coverage. coverage. But if you can get a product like this to not dissolve your foundation and then you put this over it, I think that is a stunning combination. But I kind of went in knowing that it would be a nut buster. I just had hopes that something different would happen and it didn't. But damn, that color is just pretty. So this was simple, short, and sweet, just like me. But I have so many different products that I really despise, and I have a lot of products that I absolutely love that I would love to combine. So let me know if you dig this series, because I could do so many of these. I mean, we could even add lipsticks, we could do eyeshadows, contours, bronzers. The possibilities are endless. So let me know and I'll keep doing this shit. I am much more impressed than I thought I would be with pretty much everything that we used. This primer combination, I don't know that I love it. I can't tell if it's the foundation combo that kind of makes my nose look weird and like pull aparty, but this was very, very weird. It was really sticky and really gloopy. I don't know that I'd try this again. Or if I do, maybe I would use it as an eye primer, but even that, I'm not sure if I'd fuck with because it would be really difficult to blend the eyeshadow out. But then like at the same time, my face actually does look pretty damn decent, so maybe I'd try this again but use my actual favorite foundations rather than combining a couple, because I don't know what is making my face look good and I don't know what's making it look bad. But the foundation combo, I hate this stuff alone, I love this stuff alone, and together it made something that is okay. Like, it definitely has coverage, it's not super drying, it's not the most cakey foundation ever, but it's certainly not like smooth and second skin looking. It's just right in the middle, like kind of shit, but not steaming shit. And if this little thing is the last that I will ever have of the Marc Jacobs stuff, I'm gonna use this and make sure it looks so beautiful and not combine it with this. Like, this is a special occasion foundation. The concealers, oh my goodness, I think those are the prettiest things that we used today. The combo of the light coverage but hydrating Lancome with a really thick and cakey super high coverage Shape Tape just is magical. Like, that is something that I would gladly use over and over again. In fact, I probably will. The next time though, I might actually combine this with the ultra creamy little bebe. That I think would be really cool. Also, has anybody else's changed colors dramatically? Isn't that just weird? Like, if I stir it, it changes colors too. This is just interesting. The blushes, the colors I really like, but the formula I just can't get to work for my skin. I've tried every method. You don't even have to suggest a method. I've tried them all. I've used a lighter hand, I've put it under my makeup, I've tried so hard not to disrupt this, and it always disrupts it. I've even tried applying it over powdered set foundation and just nothing works. But I do love this color combination, and so if I'm doing like a no makeup look where I don't have a bunch of foundation on, I would fuck this up the ass so hard. Sounds like a good time to me. So my loves, there you go. Thank you so much for being here. I love having you so damn much. It's so fun to be super silly, kind of take the seriousness out of this beauty community that feels they have to be serious about shit when it is just makeup. In my opinion, makeup is art, and art is supposed to be fun, and just people need to learn to laugh and take the sticks out of their asses. Not us, we're all good, it's just the other people. Anyways, thank you so much for being here, thank you for being you, and thank you for all the love. If you'd like to support me and my channel just a little bit more, please feel free to join us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get videos a day early, you get Patreon only content, plus best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy just like moi. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, will be available again soon at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!